Hello students, today we are going to be going over 17.5a, proving congruence. And we are going to prove by side, 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 and by side, angle, side. So those are what those initials stand for. Our objective today, I can determine if two triangles are congruent. Sample, side, 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 proof. Here's what's given, and we are to prove that this triangle is congruent to this one. Okay, so we're given these statements. PQ is congruent to RS. So these statements down here, PQ is congruent to RS. For what reason? And we know that one. And like I said, 99% of all proofs is because it's given, it starts out saying that's the reason. QR is congruent to TR. That is also given. Okay, and we should also be marking this on here. And I think I'm going to add an X. PQ right there is congruent to ST right there. So you may want to put just a dashed line through there. Actually, that's what I should do too. Let's get rid of those. Okay, and put a dash there. PQ is congruent to ST. QR, and I'm going to put two markings if I can there. And that is congruent to QR, and you can put two. I would put yours closer together, and then TR is congruent, so I'd put one there and then one right outside here, so to show that those are the two that are congruent there. Okay, R is the midpoint of PS, so that's the midpoint, and that is also given here, so we have quite a few givens. Okay, now PR, this one is congruent to this one. Why? Okay, it's because actually I should do three markings there. All right, so, and that reason PR is congruent to RS, that is because of definition of midpoint. Okay, so now we know by side, side, side that triangle PQR is congruent to triangle STR. So there you go. All right, let's do another example. Okay, AC is congruent to AD. CB is congruent to DB. Prove all of this. Okay, so I'm going to mark over here given AC is congruent to AD. So AC is congruent to AD. CB, so that's this one, is congruent to DB. And again, I would put these perpendicular. Let's see if I can get a second one there. Put that over there. Oh, that's a way to make them closer. Okay. Okay, so I marked it on here, and that's always what you want to start with, what you're giving. So let me go ahead and type that in here, and you'll be writing it in. The first statement is AC, and you'd put the bar over it, equals AD. Okay, and it would be congruent. And what's the reason? Given. The next one, CB is congruent to DB. And that also is given. Okay. Now, if we want to prove that this is congruent, we either need another angle or something else to say this is the reason this is these two triangles are congruent. So the third thing we want to do is say, you know what? I can see that this side is common in both of them, and it's equal to itself. So what I could say is AB is equal to BA. And again, I put bars over here and make this a congruent statement. And why? Because it's congruent to itself. Think of looking in the mirror and all you see is yourself. So that would be reflexive. So a mirror is reflective. So this you could put reflexive property. Okay. So if we go ahead and signify that over here, I could say that, well, actually, maybe I should do 3 of them. Okay, so 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3. So we can say that triangle, oh, let's see. ABC, and you can just draw the triangle, is congruent to triangle ABD. Okay, and we know that's true by side, side, side congruency. And we're done with that proof. So proofs really aren't that bad at all. Given, given, and learn some properties. Now, if I were you, what's a really good idea is to go back to page 250 in your packet on 17.3, congruency markings, and go halfway down the page. It tells you reasons that sides are congruent and reasons that angles are congruent. So I would memorize those 9 things total, 3 for congruency on for sides, and 6 for congruency for angles. So go over those 3 and memorize them, and then it'll make proofs a piece of cake. Okay, now let's see. I believe you can go on and do the next page all on your own. Let's see, I want to make sure we're on the right page here. Yeah, I think you can do the next couple of pages. I don't think there's anything too terrible about any of these. Yeah, oh, bisecting, make sure you know that bisecting means cutting in half. So if an angle is bisected, you know that it's going to form 2 angles that are going to be the exact same measure. Okay. All right, and the same with midpoint, knowing that it's halfway through, then you should be able to get this. All right, you can do this, students. You rock.